If you're looking for comedy K-dramas that don't just rely on cheap laughs, but actually give you something to think about, Part 5 of this list might be one of the most interesting lineups so far. What I love about these recommendations is how different they feel from each other, yet they all use comedy as a way to talk about identity, power, family, failure, and second chances. Some of these dramas are loud and bold, others are slow and heartfelt, and a few might even surprise you with how deep they go. As always, I'm not just here to summarize. I want to share my honest thoughts, what kind of viewer I think each drama is perfect for, and I really want to hear your opinions, especially if any of these sound like something you'd binge or totally skip. Emma is a 6-episode comedy set in 1980s Chungmuro, the heart of Korea's film industry, and it's easily one of the boldest concepts on this list. Starring Lee Ha-nae and Bang Hyo-rin, the drama follows two actresses, Jung Hee-ran and Shin Ju-ae, during the production of Korea's first mainstream erotic film, Madam Emma. On the surface, it sounds flashy and provocative, but what makes this drama interesting is that it's really about the harsh realities behind the camera. The industry is ruthless, especially to women, and this drama doesn't shy away from showing how ambition, jealousy, censorship, and exploitation all collide in that era. Personally, I find this kind of historical comedy fascinating because it challenges the romanticized idea of the golden age of cinema. Lee Ha-nae especially feels like perfect casting for a character who's strong, sharp, and tired of being underestimated. Because it's only 6 episodes, I expect it to be tightly written, with little room for filler. This is the kind of drama that could spark a lot of discussion about how much has really changed in the entertainment industry and how much hasn't. I'm curious what you think. Do you enjoy dramas that expose uncomfortable truths through comedy, or do you prefer your comedy to stay light and escapist? Next is Confidence Queen, a 12-episode Korean adaptation of the Japanese drama The Confidence Man, JP. This one stars Park Min-young, Park Hee-soon, and Joo Jong-hyuk as a trio of con artists who target villains from all walks of life. Park Min-young plays Yoon Yi-rang, and this role already feels like a refreshing shift from her usual romantic leads. Instead of being swept up in love stories, she's running scams with intelligence, confidence, and style. What I personally enjoy about stories like this is the moral gray area. These characters are criminals, yes, but they're going after people who arguably deserve it. That makes you question where justice really comes from, law or clever manipulation. The fun of this drama lies in watching elaborate plans unfold, twist, and sometimes almost fall apart. It's the kind of show where you'll probably try to guess the trick before it's revealed, only to realize you missed something obvious. I also think the chemistry between the 3 leads will be a huge factor in how enjoyable this drama is. For viewers who like fast-paced storytelling, smart dialogue, and stylish scams, this one feels like a solid pick. Let me know. Do you usually root for con artists in dramas, or do you find it hard to support characters who live by lying? Shin's project gives us a very different kind of comedy, one that's quieter but potentially more impactful. Starring Han Suk-kyu, Bae Hyun-sung, and Lee Rae, this 12-episode drama centers on Mr. Shin, a former legendary negotiator who now runs a small chicken restaurant. On the outside, he looks like an ordinary man who stepped away from the spotlight, but he carries a mysterious past and a strong sense of justice that keeps pulling him into other people's conflicts. What really draws me to this drama is the idea of someone who's already lived a full, impressive life, choosing to stay humble, yet still unable to ignore injustice. Han Suk-kyu is one of those actors who can say very little and still command attention, and I think this role fits him perfectly. The combination of everyday life, moral dilemmas, and hidden competence is something Korean dramas do very well. This doesn't feel like a laugh-out-loud comedy, but more like a warm, thoughtful story with humorous moments. It's the kind of drama that makes you reflect on what it means to be useful, respected, or fulfilled. I'd love to ask you this. Do you enjoy stories about quiet heroes more than flashy, larger-than-life ones? Now we move into long-form territory with Marie and Her Three Daddies, a 120-episode family drama that blends comedy with emotional storytelling. Starring Ha Sung-ri, Hyun-woo, Park Eun-jin, Hwang Dong-ju, and Gong Jung-won, this drama follows Marie as she searches for the truth about her father, and along the way, forms an unconventional family. I know 120 episodes sounds intimidating, but daily family dramas often excel at character development because they have time to breathe. What stands out here is the idea that isn't just about blood, but about care, sacrifice, and shared experiences. The comedy in this kind of drama usually comes from everyday misunderstandings, clashing personalities, and heartfelt chaos rather than big punchlines. Personally, I think these dramas are perfect for viewers who like watching characters grow slowly over time and don't mind emotional ups and downs. It's also interesting how Korean dramas often use the "who is my real parent" trope to explore deeper questions about belonging. I'm curious, would you commit to a long drama like this if the characters really grabbed your heart? Or do you prefer shorter, binge-friendly series? Finally, we have The Dream Life of Mr. Kim, a 12-episode drama based on a webtoon and starring Ryu Sung-ryung, Myung Se-bin, and Cha Kang-yoon. This story follows Kim Nak-soo, a middle-aged man who loses everything he once believed to find his worth: his job, his status, his sense of importance. What I find compelling about this drama is how relatable that fear is, even for younger viewers. The idea that your value is tied to your job title or social position is something many people struggle with, and this drama uses comedy to explore that crisis. Ryu Sung-ryung is known for balancing humor and depth incredibly well, and I think he's the perfect actor to portray a man slowly rediscovering himself. Instead of chasing success as defined by society, Kim Nak-soo learns to embrace who he truly is. This kind of story tends to sneak up on you emotionally. It starts light, but before you know it, you're reflecting on your own life choices. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think society puts too much pressure on people to be successful? And do dramas like this help change that mindset? So that wraps up part 5 of the Comedy K-Drama list. And honestly, this set feels like a mix of bold risks and comforting reflections. From exposing the harsh truths of the film industry, to pulling stylish scams, serving justice from a chicken restaurant, redefining family, and rediscovering self-worth, these dramas prove that comedy can be smart, emotional, and meaningful all at once. Now it's your turn. Tell me which one caught your attention the most and why. Are you drawn to edgy concepts like Ama? Or do you prefer heartfelt stories like The Dream Life of Mr. Kim? Let's talk about it in the comments. Because your perspective might be exactly what someone else needs to decide their next drama watch.